Assassin's Creed Mirage is back, and this time it's sliding onto Xbox Game Pass. But let's be real, does this stealthy return to the series' roots actually deliver? Or is it just another Ubisoft mission where you sneak around for a bit, stab a guy, and then wonder why you're 30 hours deep into a story you forgot existed? If you played the older Assassin's Creed games, the Ezio trilogy, or even the very first one, you'll probably feel right at home. Mirage drops the huge RPG systems from the recent AC entries and focuses back on what the franchise was originally about: stealth, parkour, and assassinating targets like a shadow in the wind. You're placed in the shoes of Basim, and yeah, the story won't blow your mind. But what will keep you hooked is the gameplay loop. Instead of getting overwhelmed with side quests that feel like errands, you're given a tighter, more focused adventure. That alone makes it feel refreshing, especially if you've ever opened your AC Valhalla map and felt like you needed a day off from work just to clear one region. Now let's talk about Baghdad. This city is hands down the real star of the show. It's beautifully crafted, dense, and alive. Every alley, rooftop, and market stall feels like it belongs there, not just a filler asset copy-pasted 100 times. It's not open world in the giant RPG sense, but that's actually a good thing here. You're not riding across empty fields for 10 minutes. Everything is tightly packed, and the parkour system pushes you to explore vertically, hopping across rooftops, slipping through crowds, and climbing towers like it's 2009 again. The movement isn't perfect. It can feel a bit stiff sometimes, but when it works, it scratches that classic Assassin's Creed itch in the best way possible. Mirage dials the combat way back and puts a bigger spotlight on stealth. You're meant to use smoke bombs, distractions, and good timing instead of charging into fights like a tank. And honestly, that's how it should be. Enemy AI isn't going to win any awards for intelligence though. Sometimes they'll chase you to the ends of the earth, and other times they'll give up because you sat in a bush for 5 seconds. But overall, stealth feels rewarding again. You're constantly planning your route, watching enemy patterns, and pulling off clean assassinations. It's less button mash until everyone's dead, and more play it smart or get caught. This game isn't trying to be your next 100-hour epic. You're looking at around 15 to 20 hours for a full playthrough, maybe 25 if you do all the contracts and collectibles. And that's fine. Not every game needs to become your second job. The mission variety is decent. Some missions have you tailing targets, setting up ambushes, or infiltrating strongholds. Others are more investigative, piecing together clues or eavesdropping to find out who to kill next. It's not revolutionary, but it keeps things moving without overstaying its welcome. Now, let's be real. Combat is not where Mirage shines. It's functional, but not fun. You've got basic parries and dodges, and while that works for smaller encounters, it starts to feel clunky if you're forced into extended fights. The game clearly doesn't want you to play aggressively, but sometimes you don't have a choice. And when that happens, you'll start missing the slick, weighty combat systems from other action games. It's like trying to win a sword fight with a butter knife. Possible, but not enjoyable. Mirage is built for stealth. When you're playing it that way, it feels right. But the moment you go toe-to-toe with more than 2 guards, the cracks start to show. Let's not sugarcoat it. The story isn't going to stick with you. Basim as a character just doesn't have the charisma of Ezio or the emotional pull of characters like Bayek. The narrative is mostly serviceable, there to give context to your kills. You'll get some Order of the Ancient stuff, some light backstory, and a few twists if you're paying attention, but it never really takes off. You might even forget why you're killing someone halfway through a mission. Thankfully, the gameplay is strong enough to carry it even when the plot fumbles the ball. Graphically, Mirage looks great, especially for a cross-gen game. The lighting, textures, and world detail are solid across the board. You'll get the occasional NPC bugging out or floating scroll mid-air, but it's nothing game-breaking. Performance on Xbox Series X and S is smooth, especially in performance mode. Load times are quick, and the game doesn't seem to suffer from the usual Ubisoft launch jank, So no major red flags there. Now here's where Mirage becomes a lot easier to recommend. It's on Xbox Game Pass, and that changes everything. If you were on the fence about spending full price, you don't have to anymore. The game becomes an easy download and try. Worst case, you uninstall it and go back to whatever else you were playing. Best case, you get a tightly focused stealth game with a killer setting and solid gameplay for no extra cost. So, is Assassin's Creed Mirage worth playing on Xbox Game Pass in 2025? Yeah, it's not perfect, but it nails the basics. It's like Ubisoft finally listened to players who just wanted to sneak around, stab some corrupt people, and leave without looting 47 armor pieces. It won't blow your mind, but it might just remind you why you like this series in the first place. If you're already paying for Game Pass, there's really no reason not to try it. Download it, give it a few hours, and see if the classic Assassin's Creed formula still works for you. Don't forget to drop a like if this helped, and check out the channel for more honest reviews with no fluff. Catch you in the next one.